But finally, we went back to Okinawa, and we had to take the escort going towards Leyte in the Philippines. And as we were going by there, we got the alarm, battle station, and there was supposed to be a submarine. So we went over there, and this was early, early morning. And while we were out there, we said, stand by the ram. I'm standing by the ram, and all of a sudden, boom, half of my ship, or our ship, got blown in half, just as if somebody came along and took a torch and cut it from midship. I ran out of there. I had the headset phones on, and I ran out of there. I banged my knee anyway. I squashed my knee. But when I went out there, I saw this big bow going down. And I said, at least we got the son of a gun. We got him. It was our own bow that was going down. The reason I'm bringing this up is 3 months before that, I was stationed in that same bow. And I got transferred to the 40 millimeter station there. And all I could do was look at them and know I should have been there or would have been in there. So there was a few things while I was in the service that I got away with. And I don't know, you figure Lord is saving you for something. And I believed in it. But this coxswain grabbed me. He says I was an able-bodied man. We got the motor whaleboat. We loaded a motor whaleboat, and we got into the water, and it was all oil and everything else in the water, and we saw people screeching out there. We're picking them up. So we saw these in the oil part. We said, let's grab the other ones first, because, we saw just oil. But we put them on, and when we put them on, we brought them on. Then we come back, and we put them onto a patrol craft, and they took them over, and they took them onto the LSTs. But we come back and got the ones in the oil, and then we brought them back. Needless to say, they're the ones that were all burnt and everything else from the big fire and everything else. And every day, when we finally got through, we got back to our patrol craft, and the ship wouldn't sink. But in the meantime, while I was out there in the patrol craft, the motor whaleboat, these little Catons, what they call Catons, they're suicide submarines. That's how we got blown up. Because when we went over the submarine, they carried 2 suicide submarines, one-man submarines on either side, one on either side. And when they came after us, and they just boom, and that was it. We're credited with sinking the submarine over there, but naturally we lost ours, And I could hear them banging on the hull of the ship when it was going down, because they were all watertight. And it just got me, I'm just sorry. It got me, and I knew a lot of them that I was on on duty with them at that time, There was our forward ammunition depot. But the next, we'll say a few hours later, our ship wouldn't go down. So the patrol craft had a bomb our ship to sinking. That ship was sunk, but every day we'd watch the LST lower the flag, another body, another body, another body. And there must have been about 12 more died after the ship was sunk. And a lot of things to remember about things like that. You can't put them all together. I know I'm getting nervous, but it's hard to put it all together.
We were attached to MacArthur in the Army and went to New Guinea, Milne Bay. We made a landing at Milne Bay and came back to the Solomons, and we went back to Tulagi. And I want to regress a little bit and tell you that in the harbor of Tulagi was the main harbor for PT boats that cruised all up and down the Solomon Islands. And those poor guys would go out, you'd go out at sunset, and you could see them, hear them going out, because those things really roared, and they had a big rooster's cocktail flying out behind them of white water. And they'd get back in just shortly after dawn, and they'd spend the rest of the day getting the boat ready for the trip at night. And when we were going up to Bougainville, we could hear them going by us at night with their muffled motors. They were running pretty close to us, but they were out there looking for enemy destroyers and things to protect us.
Yeah, well, it was Samad, Rene Samad. He got killed. I was looking at him wherever we were, and out of his neck come blood and a guy behind me, a Frenchman, he got hit with the same shell from the mortar.
112. And a lot of good men. People will never understand the service. I don't care if you're involved in a conflict or whatever you are, as long as a man goes out there and he's a Marine, he's a Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, he's serving his country. That's what I believe in. I believe it wholeheartedly. And that's what I got to say about that part of it. And at least 4 of us used to hang around together all the time, going ashore and everything. And 2 of those got killed when the ship went down. They died. And 1 died since then. I have only 1 left who lives in Connecticut, Mr. Praskovich. And that's about all. We had a lot from Massachusetts get killed from there, too.
Some officer said to me, he said, take a couple of guys, Roy, go down the cave where the guns were. He said, see what's down there. So I went down there with Charlie Bowden and Greco. And myself, we went down about 3 or 4 flights. And I said, you know, that ship's waiting for us. I don't see nothing down here, do you? Charlie says, no. I said, everything is fine, so let's go back up. Hey, Lieutenant, everything is fine. He says, how far did you go down? Oh, we went way down. Way down. We got aboard ship, and this is a bad part. We got aboard ship, and we get off probably 5 or 6 hours, and the ship stops. I said, what's going on now? So they start to turn around, and one of the sailors says, well, we're going back. They had a banzai attack this morning, but right now it's all under control. And they got the Japanese general down at the airfield, and he had killed. This is the bad part about it. I dream about this every day. He killed 74 Air Force personnel because someone wouldn't let me kill him the night before. And that there's not one day that goes by that I don't dream that.